What is up? This is Two Dudes with Attitudes, a wrestling podcast with your boy Ryan Enjoys Wrestling and MWO. And this is our WWE edition. We're going to talk all things SmackDown after Mania, Monday Night Raw, and a jam-packed NXT. We're also going to talk about some firings that happened in the WWE that most of the IWC pretended like they did not know was going to happen. Ryan, are you ready to get this jam-packed week going?
Yeah, it was a action-packed week, filled with highs and lows in WWE. But
filled with Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu's kicking ass right now, and yeah, I'm excited, man. Let's break this all down.
Break it down. Hit that music.
Where'd it go?
He lost it.
Two dudes with attitudes. Let's go. It's the two dudes and the attitudes, ruthless, aggressively speaking. So let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton. They here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast shit. Start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E. The two dudes with the attitudes that bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'.
All right, Mr. Can't Find the Music. What is up? And yeah, this is definitely a jam-packed episode. So let's just get it going. Ryan, let's talk about these firings. I'll let you take it away, my friend. WWE is at it again. Every year.
Yeah, every year. So last week, the week after WrestleMania, after some of these people appeared on the SmackDown before WrestleMania, some of them were in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Some of them were in the main event. Some of them were in tag team matches. Some of them appeared at like the fan events and the fan fests and all that stuff the week of WrestleMania. And but last Friday, the same Friday that aired Friday Night SmackDown, April 24th, I believe the date was, they fired 24 people from the WWE. Some names aren't really all that surprising, but then there are quite a few names on there that I was like, holy shit. I can't believe they actually fired these people. One of them, the most shocking one to me, was Aleister Black, who re-signed. He came back to the WWE a year to the day. He came back on the SmackDown after WrestleMania in 2025 and gets fired on the SmackDown after WrestleMania in 2026. And Zelina Vega is gone as well. His wife, his real life wife. So they're both gone. So I'll just read the list to you. But Alba Fire from the Secret Service is gone. Aleister Black, Alex Shelley, one half of the Motor City Machine Guns, is gone. No more Chase U down in NXT because Andre Chase is gone. Apollo Crews, who used to be the Nigerian prince in WWE, and Trick Williams was his bodyguard. He's now gone, and Trick Williams is the United States champion. So Apollo Crews is gone. Bo Dallas, or Uncle Howdy. Chris Island. I think he's on LFG or NXT or one of them. The other half of Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin, gone. Dante Chen, gone. Dexter Lumis, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Nikki Cross. So the rest of the Wyatt Sicks, gone. Kairi Sane, Luca Cristofino. He was the part of the family with D'Angelo, and he's gone. Or Tony D'Angelo. Malik Blade, gone. Nikki Santos Escobar, who just re-signed at the last minute to prevent them from going to AEW. He's gone. So I guess he might be going to AEW after all. Trill London, Serena Linton, Tyra May Steele, Tyson DuPont, Zelina Vega, as I said, and Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark just got cleared to return. She was out with an injury. She tore her ACL. She just got cleared to return, apparently, rumor has it, and she was going to come back probably within the next couple of weeks and probably compete for one of the mid-card championships in the women's division. But now she'll be going to most likely AEW and competing for the TBS championship. But yeah, so they fired a lot of people while injured. They fired Kairi Sane, who was in the middle of the storyline with Asuka and the Kabuki Warriors, and then they fired Aleister Black and Zelina Vega, and they got rid of an entire faction in the Wyatt Sicks. So not so surprising names, but also some really surprising names at the same time.
I'm going to be honest. It's not nice to get fired. It's not good to be fired. And I would never applaud people getting terminated, but people get terminated at McDonald's, at Walmart, and big companies, CEOs, when people transition from jobs. I mean, Ryan, that happened to you not too long ago.
Yeah.
Life happens, so I'm not over here going to post a video and pretend like I care and how devastating it is. None of these people were relevant currently in the WWE. Life happens. But with that said, Wyatt Sicks makes sense. The new run was pointless. They fired Bray Wyatt twice. You know, they're going to fire the Temu version of Bray Wyatt. So best of luck. The ones that I was really, really surprised of was number one, Zelina Vega, smoking hottie, former champ, and doing her damn thing. And her husband, Aleister Black, who just came back. And my thing is this, same situation, going on with other guys who have been bouncing back and forth? Because rumor has it, nobody in AEW wants him back. He's a cancer behind he doesn't seem like it. He seems like a really cool, chill dude. I don't know him, so I can't defend it. But I was surprised by this because they had potential. They just paired him up. They were doing good things. He's phenomenal in the ring. I don't get it. Yeah. It is. Kairi Sane, obviously, but she's not working right now. What is she doing in the? I mean, they're really lost. I wish they would have got rid of Bayley because she's completely being underutilized. She needs to go. But other than that, there's nothing on this list that really, even Alba Fire. I mean, what was she doing in the Herpes? I mean, none of these things really, like, I saw it and it like knocked my socks off. Even Santos Escobar, and that proves that he wasn't really. He wasn't kept to keep him at AEW because they got rid of him anyway. So that just shows how the rumors and the gossips are stupid. But do you think Aleister Black is Andrade, where nobody wants him, and then they put Andrade back in AEW, and then Tony Khan was like, F that, I'm going to just overdo him so that way people don't think he is a cancer because Tony Khan's a good guy. Andrade, in my opinion, still sucks. But do you think they'll do the same thing with Aleister Black, or do you think Black's going – because a lot of these guys are going to go to TNA. They're going to be on WWE TV. Some of them will go to New Japan. Some of them, I mean, there's options now. These people will find work. They're not going to go homeless. But you know what I mean? So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think Aleister Black should go back to AEW. And I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion. It probably is with the AEW fans because they don't want him. He refused to put people over. He refused to lose matches. He only wanted to wrestle on the trios, or he wanted to wrestle singles matches. And Tony Khan only wanted to put him in the trios division. Put him in the
these guys were backstage. I didn't know that. Good for all these people.
Yeah, that's what all the rumors are. It's so stupid. But to be honest though, I don't bring him back to AEW, but don't put him in the House of Black. Don't bring the House of Black back. Because Brody King is killing it right now. Don't put them back together. That's going to stall his momentum. Don't put him in, and then when Buddy Matthews comes back, because I have a feeling he's going to come back and he's going to be, vicious, and he's going to go after Brody King because of Brodito and all that. Yeah, but like, you can maybe put him and Aleister Black in a tag team if you want, but don't bring House of Black back together. I think it could work with Malachi Black going back to AEW with Zelina Vega by his side, because I think that was the biggest reason that he left AEW was so he could go and be with his wife, who was also touring around the world in a different company, and they never saw each other. So he went over there. He was kind of unhappy with how he was being used, and so he jumped. But now come back and work with your wife at the other company and do good things. There's nothing. Yeah, I would not be opposed to Aleister Black going back to AEW for sure.
Yeah, and we got to stop with the whole, number one, I hope all 24 of these people find jobs. I really, really do, and quickly. I want them to feed their families. I want them to do what they love to do. So I hope all 24 of these people find it. They were at the tippy top, and it's hard to go down, right? But people have, Karrion Kross is doing all right. Matt Cardona did even better. People survive, and so can these people. But with that said, let's stop doing the whole TKO, Triple H. People are like, oh, see, Triple H is the one who made these decisions and this and that. Yes, run a business, people. You run a business, and you tell me if you're not going to get rid of people who aren't making you money, who aren't helping your business. And you're bringing in more people. NXT just brought in, which we'll talk about, a ton of new people. NXT just moved a bunch of people into WWE, different accounts. You got to pay these people somehow. So that's how businesses work, and it sucks, but it is what it is. Stop playing the blame game.
I agree. But I also do think it was a little shitty that the same day that all these wrestlers got fired, TKO released their earnings report, and they and it happens again at all organizations, but they released their earnings report and they talked about the salaries that Mark Shapiro and Ari Emanuel are making, and they're making like $67 million a year, and they were talking about record profits for WWE, but they had to fire 24 people. So that's always shitty when companies do that, but it happens in the real world too. Like, I got laid off a few months ago, and it was right after a record-setting quarter that we had with our organization. Yeah. So it happens all the time.
Yeah. How much money does Tony Khan make a year? Asking for a friend. So, I mean, it happens. And don't act like Tony Khan doesn't fire people, because he does too. And he also holds people hostage. So let's stop acting like only WWE is the big bad wolf. If you want to become a billionaire and have $1 billion company, this is how you do it. If you don't have it, that's why all of us good people aren't billionaires. So, because we don't have that in us. It is what it is. It's sad, but they will find jobs, hopefully. For sure. All right, let's get into this. SmackDown, baby. We'll run this quick. And we got to talk about Jacy Jayne and Fatal Influence arrived on SmackDown. They interrupted the tag team title match, and then they decided to come out and interrupt Rhea Ripley. And holy crap. In the last decade, there have been two people in the last decade that have gotten nuclear heat. My boy, greatest heel in modern day era, Dominic Dirty Daddy Mysterio, and Logan Paul. And people say Logan Paul doesn't get real heat. That's fake. No, that is heat. Them get the two most nuclear. Jacy Jayne and even both Fatal Influence members. And it was real, homie. They got nuclear heat, and it made me so damn happy, because I've been down with Toxic Attraction since day one. We are huge Jacy Jayne fans on this show, and the fact that she moved on and is getting this heat makes me so happy, and it is just so great to see, because 2 years ago, 3 years ago, a year ago, NXT guys came over and got lost. How's Johnny Gargano doing? Where's Tommaso Ciampa? You bring over these great stars. Look at NXT right now, bro. You know what I mean? You got who's with Nia Jax right now? She's the
Lash
other
Legend.
Came from Lash Legend, doing phenomenal. Sorry, Lash Legend. We got Trick Willie. We got Carmelo Hayes, Oba, freaking Femi. Now Jacy Jayne. Sol Ruka. These people are Ethan Page got some people are like, you didn't get cheered. Yes, he did. He got a great reaction, and he's getting pushed already. This is what I'm talking about, and we'll get into it later about Joe Hendry. So, I mean, these NXT guys are getting the love they deserve. Major props. I could not believe how much she got. Congrats to her, because people thought she was a freaking nobody.
Yeah, I think that's the big shock to me, or not really a shock, but the big surprise to me was even when she won the women's championship in NXT, we all thought, oh, she's going to be a transitional champion. She's going to drop it this month to whoever she was facing. And she ended up having a really successful long reign with that women's championship. And then, and even when she won it, we were like, she's probably not going to have this title long. It was kind of a fluky win. But yeah, I mean, she beat Stephanie Vaquer. When she had both titles, and so it was like, okay, that was a big win, but she's not going to hold it long. She's just going to lose it to Julia or whoever's coming up next. And now look at her. Now she's getting nuclear heat on Friday Night SmackDown in her debut. Usually you cheer for the people when they make their debut, but she came out in her debut, Fatal Influence's debut, and they get booed out of the building. It was incredible to see, and I loved it for Jacy Jayne. I thought it was a great. It just showed that they're ready for the big time, and they probably were ready for the big time long ago, but they waited until the right moment, and they struck when the iron was hot, and they got really, really strong heat, and I was really happy to see it.
I'm going to say it. Have her beat Rhea Ripley at Backlash and just continue that heat. Why not? Who cares? Rhea Ripley can win the back belt a month later. Have her beat Rhea Ripley at Backlash right off the bat.
That's what we said when she won it in NXT.
Just do it. Just do it. Yeah, hell yeah. Just have her beat them. This next one, we'll continue into SmackDown and Raw. We'll double up if you want, because we don't have to talk about this one so much because it happens again. But basically in the main event of SmackDown, Jacob Fatu not only beat Solo Sikoa, with the Usos watching, but then he single-handedly destroyed all the members of the MFTs. He looked phenomenal. He looked unbeatable. He looks like WWE gets so crap for incorrectly booking. Okay, look at Oba, look at Trick, look at Jacob Fatu. This dude was built like a freaking beast. It led into Monday Night Raw, but I'll let you speak on this and we'll go into Monday Night Raw. But what'd you think about this? Did it get you excited or did it kind of hurt Solo Sikoa?
Yeah. Yes, it hurt Solo, but I think it served its purpose and it benefited the story. And I think Solo Sikoa can rebound it from this because he was mentioned in Jacob Fatu's promo on Monday Night Raw, and Roman Reigns mentioned Solo Sikoa. So maybe Solo Sikoa could be a factor in that match in Backlash, and maybe that can bring him back. So I do think he can recover from it. But this was incredible. This was exactly what we needed to see. When Jacob Fatu came out and challenged Roman Reigns last week on Raw, the Raw after Mania, I was kind of like, okay, yeah, it's a good first opponent for him. Sure, why not? It's going to be Roman versus Jacob. Like, Roman's probably going to win, and he's going to move on. And now I'm like, okay, like now I see Jacob as a true credible threat. And I think that's this segment did its job. I mean, he beat the hell out of the MFTs by himself, single-handedly, while the Usos watched. It was good stuff, and it made me more excited than their Raw promo against each other, where he just was like, I need that title. And Roman's like, oh, I'll give you a week to think about it. He's like, yeah, it was good. I liked it. Yeah.
And that led into Monday Night Raw. And I have to say, I still think this title match is not about the title. Someone's now it might not be the Usos. Maybe it's the MFTs who are going to turn. This is to lead to something else. This is going to be a bloodline civil war that, once again, that we wanted. That's what's going to happen. This isn't about the championship. That there's going to be an interference. There's going to be something leading to a bigger story, for sure.
Yeah, there's something brewing. There is something because Tama Tonga took the microphone away from Solo Sikoa and was like, "What are we doing, wasting our time on this fool?" You think he's going to beat Roman Reigns? He's off on his own. We don't need him. And so, yeah, there's obviously heat there. And then even Jimmy and Jay were bickering back and forth. Like, in that first family segment on Monday Night Raw, where he's like, Jimmy, talk to him. Jay, talk to him. Like he needs to be. He can't be trusted. He's dangerous, Zeus. You need to watch out. He's not that good. He ain't ready. No, you need to be ready, bro. Like they were like disagreeing with each other. So it makes me wonder, like, is there something on the horizons within the MFTs and the Usos? Maybe they come together and they're the ones that take out Roman, and it's Roman and Jacob against them. I don't know. I feel like there's all kinds of angles that this thing can go.
We'll get into it. So you talked about that with Raw. Let's start off with it. So they cut a beautiful opening, a backstage vignette, a pre-taped with the Usos, and then that led into the ending with Fatu. So go ahead. I'll let you lead it. You're already getting it on. So, yeah. So I did notice one thing, though. Hold on. That Jimmy seemed very, neutral, and Jay seemed very over the top, which is making me more and more think Jimmy's the one who attacked Jacob Fatu. He was kind of being very, and Jay was like, no, man, no, he's that dude. We got to put him out. He can't be doing this. And Jimmy was like, well, you know what I mean?
He was also being a little bit of a heel in the promo that he was cutting, on SmackDown. Like, don't listen to him. Don't listen to these people loose. Don't let them get in your head. Like, you need to listen to us. Don't look at them. Look at me. Don't look over there. Like, it was very strange. But so yeah, I think you're certainly onto something, and maybe that's what we find out at Backlash, that instead of taking all of his anger out on Roman, he takes it out on Jimmy, because they find out that Jimmy's the one that attacked him, which I think
we're finding out who attacked Jacob Fatu. That's what this
needs to happen.
About. Yeah, it could be Tama Tonga. It's going to be someone. But go ahead, lead in. What happened at Raw and at the end? Go ahead.
Yeah, so we close up. They open up with Raw. Apparently, they're no longer the Bloodline. They're now the First Family. That's what they're going to be known as.
Is that what they were? Okay.
Yeah, that's Roman's family. Family first, and then Roman the First Family, and then segment ends. And then we get to Jacob Fatu does an off-screen interview, which was pretty cool. Nothing that he hadn't really said before, though. Like, I need that title, and then we get to the in-ring promo, and Roman Reigns comes out, and he cuts a great promo about this title was made for him or made in spite of him. Exactly what I wanted him to say, because they did make that title in spite of him. He called it before 2 years ago when he held the other titles. He called it the losers bracket, the consolation prize, second place, when Seth Rollins was holding it. And now he holds it, and he was talking about how he's made the title. The title doesn't make the man makes the title, and he's elevated it to whole new levels to where it's main eventing WrestleMania. It was a great promo. And then Jacob Fatu interrupts. He cuts an even stronger promo. Like, I didn't need a week to think about it. I didn't need an hour. I didn't need 5 minutes. I know what I want, and I'm coming for it, and I'm taking it all. And Roman, tries to he's like, are you going to unite with us, or are you going to divide us? And then Jacob Fatu took him out. He hit him with a
Haku move. That's Haku.
The Tongan throat. I can't remember what the name of it was.
Yeah, but Haku is the one who did it. Yeah, he did it twice too.
Yeah. And Roman sold it beautifully. He picked up the microphone and was like, Jacob, like it lost his windpipe, his voice, and it's like, if you want me at Backlash, you got me at Backlash. And then show ends, and Jacob Fatu, it cuts over to Jacob Fatu, who's like, I ain't waiting until Backlash. I'm coming next week, Monday Night Raw. Says it off screen or off microphone, so we could hear it. So it's making Jacob Fatu look like $1 million. He's looking like a star. All of this was really, really strong.
Roman Reigns gets zero credit for how well he sells. And I'm not talking about Dolph Ziggler and Shawn Michaels sell. I'm talking about his facial expressions and his emotion. That dude can act. I'm surprised he's not a major star. He acts way better than The Rock ever did when it comes to in-ring acting. And that dude, when he got the grip and he was, and when he was down on the ground, he sold it like he always does in his emotion. Like you said, when he got on the mic, the dude just does not miss with that. And Roman also doesn't get credit for how much he gets people over.
Yes.
I mean, Brock Lesnar. I mean, I'm telling you, in the recent time, he got him. Cody Rhodes is nobody without Roman Reigns. Sami Zayn. We're going Jey Uso. We're going just the entire fam. But now, Jacob Fatu, I mean, whoever he is involved with becomes he oversells them so well. It's insane. And it just makes people believe. And there's people who think probably right now that Fatu's going to beat Roman Reigns at Backlash, which is a 0% chance, but people believe it, and that is a credit to him. Jacob too, because Jacob sold the shit out of that promo. He's him, but Roman sold that. I mean, it is what it is. Roman's top one all time at doing that for other people. No one's
it was all of it's good, man. And apparently there was a rumor that the AC went out in Texas and in that building, and that's why I
heard that.
That's why everyone was drenched in sweat. And Roman was like he looked like he was sweating profusely. But I think that actually helped the segment get over even more. It made it look so much better, especially when he did the throat jab and Roman's like covered in sweat and Jacob's bleeding from his mouth a little bit and he's got sweat all over him. I thought it really actually helped the segment significantly.
That crowd was hot too. That was a good crowd. SmackDown and Raw. Good. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about the opening. Seth Rollins comes out. He's cutting a promo. Paul Heyman comes out. He wants to cut a promo with Braun Breaker, decides otherwise, hands it to Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker cut a phenomenal promo. And this is what I've been waiting for. I shit on Braun Breaker saying I don't think he's Fatu. He's not Oba. He's not Trick Williams in my. He's just not that guy yet. And this was good stuff. Where'd you get that line? Did Big Papa Pump give you the hookup? It was amazing. The fact that Braun Breaker delivered one of the best Seth Rollins impressions I've ever seen. Like plugging his nose and I'm Seth freaking Rock. That's like a side I want to see. I want to see a beast. Like when Brock had humor, that's what I want because it makes it more scary. I want you to have a personality. And then him saying that he's always the runner-up, which is true for Seth. He's always number 2. And then Seth said, well, at least I'm not even number 2 in your own family. I mean, this was good ass shit. No conscious, dropped it, left. Bro, I love that Paul Heyman didn't talk. You don't always need the greatest promo artist ever to talk. Let Braun do his thing. No Logan Paul, no. Even that was funny. He's like, You attacked me. You cost me my title match. You did this and that. All for what? To get Austin Theory and Logan Paul in your crew? I mean, such a dig. It was poor Logan Paul and Austin Theory, but they're doing all right. But it was just good overall. And now I'm excited for this match because I was kind of like done with it. I'm like, dude, it's been dragged on. Now I want to see this shit at Backlash. I'm all for it. This was good stuff, even though I think Seth is going to lose again. But it was good stuff nonetheless.
Yeah, and I actually think Seth, I mean, we'll do predictions next week, but I think that's when Bronson Reed comes back because they mentioned Bronson Reed in this promo, and I feel like there's a reason that they do a lot of these things. There's a reason that Jacob Fatu mentioned Solo Sikoa being the only one that called him because I think Solo's going to have an impact, and there's a reason that Braun Breaker mentioned Bronson Reed in his promo because I think he's getting ready to come back and make an impact. But this was really good. This was solid stuff from Seth Rollins. Probably the most excited I've been to see Seth in a while.
Well said. And after that, actually, let's go into Judgment Day. So last week, if you guys tuned in our WWE edition, which I know you did because you love two dudes at the same time, and I talked about how happy I was that Liv Morgan came out. Or was this the week before? Nonetheless, Liv Morgan came out. Yeah, it was, right? And she just praised everybody, thanked everybody, gave them cute little nicknames. And I was like, dude, finally, the Judgment Day is united. No more dumb gossip and drama and breaking up. And damn it, Triple H listened and said, hold my beer, MWO. I got you. So basically, Liv is like over the top, being weird with Roxanne, basically like, you trust me, right? You know I love you. I know that Finn brought you in and we kicked him out when you weren't here, but he wasn't trustworthy. Okay, you're going to stick around. And then Finn Balor all of a sudden sneaks into their, clubhouse.
Yeah.
It's like a freaking open part.
It's a locker room.
And he's like, basically like, don't trust Liv, okay? And then Roxanne's, I'm not going to trust you and I don't want you to get beat up. And then they have the match. And Liv helps Roxanne in her hometown with a huge damn ovation. Good for Roxanne because she deserves it because she that girl and she got a cake that I would eat for weeks. But nonetheless, she did phenomenal. And I'm like, damn it. We didn't just have Finn do this for nothing. So once again, here we are again. Is Finn? Why can't Judgment Day we have an injured Judgment Day member, like always. We have the newest one about to get kicked. What are we doing here? Can't we just let the Judgment Day either be a faction or break them up and let everyone separate? I'm over this shit. I really am. And I love the Judgment Day.
Yeah, no, I'm the same exact way. I don't. And why are we doing
why is Finn still around?
Why is
he'd beat JD and Dominic? What else does he need to beat?
As the demon. Like the demon only comes out when like the feud's about to end. Like I can't take anymore. I got to go to this dark place because I got to beat Dominic Mysterio with the demon. But then here he comes back in human form, and he's completely fine, and he's still feuding with like WrestleMania was supposed to end this feud. So I'm over this. I love Judgment Day. I want to see Judgment Day thrive. I want them to be a faction forever. But we got to stop with this internal bickering. It was a good week last week for them. This week, like I don't care anymore. Like if Roxanne Perez turns and the other thing is it's kind of losing its luster because we have the first family, the MFTs feuding with Jacob Fatu. Like we already have a faction war going on. We don't need another one on the same show. So it was just too much.
I fully agree. Hopefully that's it and we're done with it. That was just the last icing on the cake, hopefully to show that they are, because they helped her win, and maybe that was just to get Roxanne over in her hometown. That's what I'm hoping. But nonetheless. All right, last segment of Raw. Paul. Can you fire Logan Paul? Paul.
I need to get music for that.
Can you fire Logan Paul? I am one of the biggest Joe Hendry haters. I haven't got once a Wikipedia mention about him in the history of him, and I still didn't like him. And nonetheless, I dug this. If you want to get a debuting NXTer over with a song, have him go at Logan Paul. Why? Because it is going to go viral. And it did. My 11-year-old son who doesn't watch pro wrestling literally told me, Dad, what is this Paul, can you fire Logan Paul song? I'm hearing it all over my YouTube, my TikTok, it's all over the place. That's how impactful it is. That's the impact Logan Paul brings to WWE that WWE and pro wrestling fans don't understand because all they want to do is hate people. Logan Paul is him. This was a fantastic segment. I like that they went at him. I love Logan Paul coming out. You can't fire me. You can't. What? You can't. This is. I love how over the top it was. I just love Logan Paul right now, making fun of like I show Speed for being a YouTuber. You're not one of us.
Yeah, I love that.
He is amazing. He's not only phenomenal in the ring, he's just amazing in general. But I love this. Sorry, and I've been singing it non-stop since I heard it. It's such a stupid Paul, could you fire Logan Paul? It's like all Pauls, but it's freaking hilarious. It's a tune, bro. I can hate on him, but I can't hate on facts, bro.
It was good. It's a good song, and I'll admit I've been singing it too. I've been singing, I'll just randomly just blurt it out. Paul, Paul, can you fire Logan Paul? I mean, it was good stuff, but I hated. With that being said, I hated the segment, but I love the song. And the only reason why I didn't like it is because it doesn't make any sense. Like, why is he going at Logan Paul?
Yeah.
Like last week, it was Seth Rollins going in the Street Profits against Logan Paul in the Vision. This week, it's Joe Hendry, who hasn't had any run-ins with Logan Paul whatsoever. Like this is their first time meeting, and he's going to call him out in a song. It was, and then the Street Profits come out and help him.
But we did get the Street Profits, but they're looking good, bro. I'm excited about the Street Profits back.
I am too, but they're feuding with Logan Paul and Austin Theory. So, like, what is this going to lead to with Joey? That's what I don't understand.
I think it was just to get him known. I don't think he'll talk to Logan Paul again, or maybe they'll have a match on Raw. But this was just to get him over. Yeah.
But no, but I do like the song. The song was a banger, and but we don't need that every week. We don't do a song next week.
Most of the songs suck in my opinion. Yeah.
Don't do another one. Like we don't need that every single week. That's what made Elias so great to me was, he would come out with his guitar, but he would hardly ever sing. He would always get interrupted, or he would always, when he did sing, he was to bash the fans, and then he wouldn't sing for another couple weeks. Don't do this with Joe Hendry. Don't play him out. If you want him to stay over, don't play it out.
Well, and Elias did the same song over. And well, I guess so does he, but nonetheless. All right, let's get into some NXT love, brother. And we had a whole bunch of debuts that nobody in the world knew who they were, but everyone pretended like they did. And Tony D came out as the big bad champ. I'm loving new Tony D, bro. He's got a beard like me, got a vibe like me. He's just, and I love that he's done with the Italian. I'm a mafia guy. I'll throw you in the back of my Kia. I love that he is just doing it. Those of you who get that joke, but I'm loving it. And so what I really love was that he got a little message. He's wondering from who it was. And NJ, New Japan Pro Wrestling dude comes out, Evil, who I'm pretty sure is married or dating Asuka. And right? Asuka or Io Sky? Asuka, right?
I think it's Asuka, yeah.
Yeah. And he comes and debuts. He's a big star. I don't know a lot about him. I've seen him here or there. But he comes out face to face. It felt like a big moment. NXT crowd dug it. But that wasn't it. Because out of nowhere, Tavion Heights comes out, lays out Tony D. And right as he lays him out, Will Cruz comes out, this big old chubbly dude that John Cena is promoting all over his threads and Instagram. John Cena's all about this guy. I'm all about this guy because to watch a 350-pounder do a straight moonsault like that was insane. Landed it, and they all left Tony D out. Tony D closes NXT by saying, I love this. I'm for it. Bring them all on. Let's get this effing started. And the greatest of all time just smiled at him. Bro, this is what I'm talking about. You don't got to know who these guys are. You just got to know that Tony D, the new champ, is getting attacked by everyone and everywhere. And I love it. All for it. I thought this was a cool segment.
Yeah, no, I thought it was an interesting way to debut new people in NXT. I went into NXT not having the highest of hopes with this episode. I was like, I know it's their first episode back since Mania 2, and this is kind of the, everyone's been called up now, so they have to kind of start over. And I was like, who are they going to build this show around? Like, yeah, they have Tony D'Angelo, great, but like, who else do they have? Like, and Miles Bourne, sure, but yeah, this episode proved me wrong. I mean, you got 3 new main eventers in the world title scene, and yeah, I think they're going to be busy, and it's going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see it.
I loved. This was one of the best episodes I've seen in quite some time. It was just jam-packed, action-packed. But something I didn't love, and you might have, Ricky Saints is on his way. He's going to SmackDown. When you're in NXT and you move on to the big show, you take an L, and he took an L from Shiloh Hill, of all people. Former champ Ricky Saints loses to Shiloh Hill. What I want you to do is, before I comment, please explain to me why I should like Shiloh Hill. Am I missing something?
He's on that show, LFG.
Yes, okay.
He was in the first season. He kind of looks like a Roman Reigns ripoff, but yeah, he was in the first season of LFG, and he came. Yeah, you gotta watch wrestling, bro, to really understand it. But no,
no, honestly, why should I like him though? Like his character?
I don't know. I don't know. There's really I can't explain it. I really don't know why you should like his character.
Do you like it?
No, I don't. And I don't like the fact that I understand that Ricky Saints has to lose on his way out because he's going to the main roster, and I get that. But to that guy, like, this is the Ricky Saints.
Thank you.
Have him beat Miles Bourne, or have Miles Bourne beat Ricky Saints. Somebody that has a title that can elevate. Have Tony D'Angelo beat Ricky Saints. Have elevate your champions. Elevate somebody on the. But not some new guy that hasn't even wrestled for a year or two, or has only been in the game for like a year or two. Ricky Saints beat Obafemi. Ricky Saints is the last one to beat Obafemi. Like nobody's beaten Obafemi since Ricky Saints. Technically Cody Rhodes, but Ricky Saints officially pinned him to take the NXT championship off of him. And you're gonna have him lose to Shiloh Hill. I don't get it. I know that Bully Ray likes Shiloh Hill because he's on LFG.
I wonder why.
I know the Undertaker really likes Shiloh Hill.
I wonder why.
Yeah, but I don't
see a pattern here.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, no, maybe I'm just not into redneck wrestlers who lose their teeth and have awful gimmicks. He's one of the worst actors too. I don't get anything that he's supposed to be like bipolar. I don't even buy that. I'm not trying to dog the dude. Sometimes I come around and start liking people, but right now I don't get it, and I don't think this one's going to do anything for him. I don't know why they're pushing Shiloh Hill at all. I don't get it, but what do I know? Maybe you got to push the brand that they have of LFG and hope people buy into it, because I wouldn't watch that show if you put a gun to my head. So.
No, that, and yeah, they were talking about at the beginning with LFG and Evolve like coming in and making an impact. I don't watch Evolve either, so.
I would watch that before LFG. I'm not watching fake reality shows on WWE, just like I don't watch Unreal. I watched an episode, it was awful. I watched a couple of LFG, it was awful. I'm not going to watch fake over the top shit. That's not for me.
Yeah, I didn't watch Tough Love. I didn't watch any of those stuff when it was on. So
yeah, I watched the Nexus. I watched all that NXT. I watched the original when they did all their stuff. Dude, Nexus is still. You haven't seen it, ladies and gentlemen? Go watch Nexus Arrive on Monday Night Raw. It is still to this day the greatest segment of all time in pro wrestling. I die on that.
I agree.
The greatest of all time. All right, I still get chills when I watch it. Let's get into it. That was our WWE week. It was a good week. I love that. I know we ended on a sad, but it was still a jam-packed NXT Raw and SmackDown. I'm looking forward to this week. And now we're in our weekly episode, the LVD MVD of the week, where we give our least valuable, and most valuable. Because when we hate or love them, they're just the worst and best booked. LVD, hard decision, kind of. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go. You're gonna be surprised at my answer, but I'm actually gonna give it to Cody Rhodes. And the reason why I'm gonna
like that actually.
I'm gonna give it to Cody Rhodes because he doesn't feel important right now at all. Like, he came out on the Raw after WrestleMania and was like, "Hey, CM Punk, let's be friends, and I respect you. And why aren't you mad that you lost to Roman? And I'm upset, but I won, and I don't understand. Let's be friends. And anytime you want a shot." And then he comes out on SmackDown. He's got a completely different demeanor. He cuts a promo where he tells, that when he gets knocked down, he gets up again. You're never going to keep him down. He's tub thumping over there. And then he goes after people at TKO, I guess, like, for the people that keep interfering in my WrestleMania plans, you're 0-3 so far. And it was like, okay, that's a stupid line. And like, are we doing this TKO thing again? Is that what it is? And he's also, are they really 0-3 when John Cena beat you last year at WrestleMania. The Rock pinned you 1 year at WrestleMania. So technically Roman Reigns beat you at WrestleMania a couple years ago.
Technically, he did. We were there.
Yeah. So really 2-3, 3-2 again. Like, I don't know. It was just a stupid line. But Cody Rhodes just does not feel important right now. You have Roman Reigns killing it on the main roster with the World Heavyweight title. He doesn't feel more important than Jacob Fatu. He doesn't feel more important right now than Obafemi. He doesn't feel more important right now than maybe Rhea Ripley. He doesn't feel more important right now than Liv Morgan. He doesn't feel more important right now. Like, I don't even know what direction.
Becky Lynch. I don't think he feels more important than Becky Lynch.
Yeah. No, he feels lost, and I don't know what they're doing with him going forward or what. But I did not like his promo on SmackDown, and I just feel that he's lost at the moment, and he feels he's the undisputed champion, and he feels very, very unimportant at the moment.
He really does. Well said, and he does. We didn't even talk about him on SmackDown. He's a champion. We didn't talk about him. He literally just kissed butt on Raw and came out on SmackDown right afterwards and said absolutely nothing. Didn't name a challenger. Didn't proceed.
Nothing.
I forgot we even have a champion on SmackDown. So what does that say? Good.
And the whole episode of SmackDown was about Roman and Jacob Fatu.
And Jacy Jayne. Jacy Jayne was on it twice. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. I got somebody who I thought just because they felt kind of left out, and that's Solo Sikoa. And here's why. That man has been putting in work. He was sadly put in as a tribal chief. People hated him. People hated it, didn't think he was ready, made fun that his suits were too big. And he has worked so damn hard to keep the bloodline alive until he lost to Roman, to create a new faction in the MFTs. He brought in Jacob Fatu. The dude has put in work, has worked so. He's created humor. He's still been the leader. He's doing such a good job. And they want to push Fatu and Roman, so they have Fatu just easily beat Solo and then beat him up and his entire crew. Now, I don't think he's burying, so I just think we do the worst booking. And I think for this week, he was the worst booked because, yikes. Like, what are we? Like, he just seems like an afterthought, and I don't think he deserves that. I don't want him to be we all have a bunch of Bloodline members, but you're irrelevant. Hopefully they come back and do something in the Backlash match instead of just getting forgotten.
I think they will.
Right now, they're looking a little weak and a little unimportant in my eyes.
I think he might be the factor behind exposing who attacked Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Like, he might come out in the middle of the match and play Jimmy taking him out. Or something, and then that's how we get to that. So I hope that's what they do. But yeah, your Solo did not have the best week.
No. All right, and then on a high note, MVD.
Jacob Fatu, hands down the Samoan Werewolf. I mean, he beat a whole faction by himself on SmackDown. Cut a great promo at the beginning of SmackDown. Then he cuts a great promo on Raw. Takes out Roman Reigns. Makes Roman Reigns almost choked to death and lose his voice. I mean, it was fantastic stuff from all parties involved, but this was a solid week for Jacob Fatu.
So I knew you were going to say that. So I went with somebody else, even though it should be Jacob Fatu. I went with Jacy Jayne. The girl probably came on SmackDown thinking, oh my God, you're going to have me interrupting the tag team matches. Oh my gosh, you're going to have me have to go one-on-one with Rhea in the ring on a promo. I guarantee she did not think that's what was going to happen. And holy cow, like I said, she's now top 3 biggest heat of anyone in WWE right now. Well done to Jacy Jayne, and she fully deserves it. That girl's a total package. So happy for her. So excited. I got to go with Jacy Jayne, just so we have 2 different people.
Yeah, no, that's a solid pick. And, Fatal Influence brought it too. Like the other 2 girls were fantastic as well. But yeah, Jacy Jayne.
I love Henley. She's good.
She's ready, man. She's ready for the main roster, and she really surprised a lot of people. And I was happy.
Her match was good too.
Yeah,
she had a great match with Rhea. She's good.
Yeah, I was happy to see it. I was very happy to see it.
All right, well, there it is. That's our WWE Weekend Review. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, check out our AEW episode and our previous 2 WWE ones if you haven't. If you like us, leave us in comments. Tell us what you want to hear more of. We're the most unfakest podcast in the world. Keep it real. We're not over here trying to get WWE contracts, AEW contracts. We're just talking about pro wrestling. We're going to be honest whether they like it or not. It's who we are. We're still trying to get big. Ryan will hit you up with all that. But if you want to just listen to me talk, I got a video going crazy right now. So if you don't think Roman Reigns is top 5, go on TikTok at my_wrestling_opinion or Instagram and tell me how stupid and wrong I am. As always, with me forever and ever is
Ryan Enjoys Wrestling. Go follow me on all the social media platforms as well. We are on all the social platforms as a podcast. We're on X at 2DudesPC, Twitch at 2Dudes_with_attitudes, Instagram 2Dudes_with_attitudes podcast, right here on YouTube at 2Dudes_with_attitudes, and on TikTok at 2Dudes_with_attitudes. So go follow us over there. Go listen to us on Apple and Spotify or all your audio platforms as well, because we're in the top 10% of all listened to wrestling podcasts. Help us climb up the ranks and get us in the top 5%, the top 1%. The way to do that is to leave us 5-star ratings and reviews and comment, subscribe, tell everyone about your favorite 2 dudes on the internet. We appreciate everyone's love and support. And we are, we're going to blow this thing up in 2026. The last half of 2026 is going to be our year for sure.
And if you ever ask us for social media advice, we'll give you good, honest, fair advice.
Yeah,
2
that's
dudes
right.
Wolf Pack. We out.
2 dudes with attitudes, let's go. It's the 2 dudes and our attitudes, ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E, the 2 dudes with the attitudes that bring the heat. Get the point, yeah.